A Game Archivist production.
Hi guys, it's Archivist here, coming at you with another vlog video where I just speak spontaneously and not from a script. And today I wanted to talk about the growing redundancy of spec sheets when it comes to mobile phones, tablets, any mobile device really that can do gaming. And the performance in a mobile device for me has been important since I was very young. I really liked the original PSP because it was one of the first mobile devices, along with the DS I believe, to provide 3D graphics, and I was very impressed with it. It didn't actually have that fun games, but it was just something to behold. Then I got the iPod Touch a few years later, had very fun games. I remember loving Pocket God. That wasn't really a game, but it was fun. It was a great app, but that didn't have too many 3D games on it. And then I think I upgraded to the iPod Touch 3rd generation, and by that point the App Store was filled with some really nice games, but I noticed a lot of them were lagging a bit. Their frame rate wasn't too great. I accepted it for the time being, I put up with it, but down the line I decided I would check out what I was going to buy before I bought it, which is sensible, everyone should do that. And I started looking at spec sheets for my next iPod, but then I thought, okay, so there's an iPod Touch here and it has 1 GHz processor. Sounds good, but what was this Samsung Galaxy S2 1.2 GHz dual core processor? Wow, that's good. That's quite significantly better. So I invested in that, and I was quite happy with it. Although what I didn't keep in mind, sadly, was the fact that it got so hot I couldn't even touch it. Started, sweat all over the screen. It got incredibly hot while gaming, but it was quite powerful. And then I upgraded later, and this is my current phone, to the Galaxy Note 2. But I was quite shocked about something there, because the iPhone 5 at the time retained a relatively slow processor, at least on paper. But Galaxy Note 2 had mine has a 1.5 quad-core gigahertz. iPhone had 1.2, 1.3 dual-core, and I thought, wow, how can Apple justify this? This is a joke, they're robbing us. But then my friend came to me and he showed me Asphalt 7, I think it was, and I'd had Asphalt 7 on my Galaxy Note 2, and it was quite laggy. I think it was somewhere between 20 and 30 frames, which I was shocked at. I thought it would do better than that. And when he showed it to me, it was running, it looked like 60 frames per second. And the resolution wasn't that different. I can't name the iPhone resolution, but I know that the Galaxy Note 2 is 720p, and they're very similar. So that wasn't an excuse. But I was thinking, wow, what? But the specs would suggest this either be at least the same, let alone the complete reverse of what it should be. And this is something I think people need to know about, is that you really need to check out the benchmarks before you purchase a device. Look at what its real world power is. And I'm taking this into account now, whereas it would be typical of me to be now thinking about getting another Samsung Galaxy phone. I thought, okay, no, I need to be more careful this time. Don't simply look at the number of cores, don't look at the clock speed. Look at the real world performance. So I look at the iPhone 5S, I'm thinking 64-bit, why do we even need 64-bit? It's using 1GB of RAM. I think they may have advertised the wrong thing there, because the Swift architecture, I believe, is vastly outperforming so many quad-core processors, and it only has a dual-core processor. That's the same, by the way, as my Samsung Galaxy S2 that I talked about. It has the same processor speed on paper, but in real world performance it's miles ahead. I think if you're thinking of getting a phone as well, and you want to get the most powerful gaming device, if that's a priority like it is for me, for you, please do not just look at the spec sheets, look at the benchmarks, and if you can, find a friend you know who owns the device and see what the frame rate's like, because that is, I find it very important what the frame rate's like. It improves your reaction times, it's just nicer to view. Also, check the heat, right? This is something that not many reviews talk about when it comes to mobile devices. They seem to skim over it, but for me, if a device gets too hot while it's at maximum processing power, it becomes incredibly difficult to hold on to. But yep, that's probably all I have to say, all I can think of to talk of right now. So as always, people, thanks very much for watching, and I'll come out with you another vlog soon. Goodbye.